Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. It's a Friday once again. Welcome back. A pretty short week this week. EJA Tribe, how are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another day, another dollar here at the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. We're going to be embarking on this journey together. As these markets continue to kind of go sideways and towards the downish trajectory here. Can't say we didn't see this coming, but at the same time, I feel like we are approaching a key level of support. I mean, can't really be exactly 100% sure, but you know, we always prepare for both situations, and we'll be ready to tackle anything that happens or doesn't happen, right? But let's go through the pre-market analysis and see what's going on and act accordingly, right? In terms of news, remember we read the news just for the fun of it, entertainment purposes. China may ban rare earth technology exports on security concerns. That sounds bad. That's no good. Futures rise as treasury is steady, dollar slips, markets wrap. Okay, Bitcoin nears 1 trillion value as crypto jump tops other assets. It's crazy that's a $1 trillion asset at this point. Quite ridiculous in my opinion. Facebook's Australia, something about them blocking advertisements on Facebook. That's another interesting one that's in the news. China gives new details of deadliest inter clash. Okay. Tencent raises 8.3 billion with its biggest ever loan. This is good. I feel like it's good. Tencent's a good company. They need money to expand, but that's a lot of money though. What the new Japanese whiskey regulations actually mean for collectors? Ooh, Japanese whiskey regulations. That sounds very bad for me because I like Japanese whiskey. Who else likes Japanese whiskey? I do. Okay, rise ahead economic data. Economic data today is just your market composite PMI, manufacturing PMI. We have a Fed member that's speaking today. Services PMI, and then existing home sales, which will be the big one. Fed monetary policy report is today as well. This one's, I think, probably going to be important to see if the Fed will shift its stance anyway, or you know, in the wording. HSBC doesn't have okay, and then underfunded and under pressure, pensions to keep investing in China. All right, and then this guy getting sued, freaking funny as heck. Despite what has happened is unacceptable. Okay. So what you gonna do about it, bro? What you gonna do about it? That's a crazy. You can't be doing that to people. That's a wrong, man. Okay, well, market's looking generally a little better than yesterday. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. So, we had a nice little down wave, and we're kind of like moving up a little bit. We formed a little, actually, let me change this color real quick. We formed a little bottom here, kind of a failed little auction. We have a previous support at this level here, as you can see, and another one here. Looks interesting. And then I think, you know, if this trend continues, this is where it kind of gets rejected again to continue on the downtrend. If we see a break out of this level here, which is the, what is this level on SPY? 3935. Then we get another shift to the upside before coming back down again. So there will be corrective waves and impulsive waves. If it's any guess from my end, I would say more than likely, chances are we continue trading sideways for a while. But then again, we can't really predict anything. So I think the safe way to go about this is, you know, see what happens today, and then lay our chips on Monday, based on what happens today. It was a relatively short week, so we'll still see if we can, you know, recover back up. If we close above this moving averages on the 1 hour on the Nasdaq, we should be seeing a reversal to the upside, and the same goes for the Dow here and the S&P 500. So this will be the key thing to watch today, whether we sell off into another wave down or we continue buying up to a wave up. That will be the key deciding factor that will set us apart on these market conditions. Now, as far as I'm concerned, to me, I still personally think that this is, you know, still relatively not a full correction yet. But then again, you know, who am I to predict these things? They're basically impossible to predict. Just from my perspective, I think that, you know, this whole thing like this is, we're still pretty extended to the upside. And, you know, anything could happen between now and next week. I'm looking at through the end of next week to make decisions on my hedges, whether I want to keep them or I want to sell them. Sometime during this period here, these next 2 weeks will be crucial. Between 21st, 27, and then 28th to 25th, 28th to 5th of March. These are the crucial dates. So the next 1 to 2 weeks are going to be extremely telling to see what happens to the markets. The other thing is, volatility gapped up and has been kind of consolidating above the moving averages. The last time that this happened, you know, we had a consolidative period for a while, and then boom to the upside. And you know, this period lasted for about a week. Okay, it lasted for a week. So we are halfway there, right? Halfway there. 15 to 19, that's 4 days. This was 18 to 27, so that was about what? 9 days, right? 9 days. We're 5 days in so far. Sorry, 4 days in now. So we need 5 more days with the data to see what happens here. If we are indeed going to sell off and, you know, have the VIX spike or not, okay? And the VIX does this pretty often. You know, gaps up and then sells off and then spikes. You can see how many times it's done this. One time there, like I can keep going backward and you'll see it do this all over and over again, like this, spike up, this, spike up, right? Gap up, sell off, spike up. You see this? Literally, it just keeps doing that over and over again, okay? And then closer to now as well, it's been happening. Gap up, sell off, spike, right? And now gap up, sell off, and then maybe spike. We don't know. Okay, we don't know. I'm just extrapolating here. I'm just saying, based on the previous data, you know. So that is an interesting trend to look at that I wanted to bring up to you guys. And then we'll look at the insiders in a second here. Treasury rates still holding pretty steady at the 10-year at 1.29 and 20-year at 1.91, with the 30-year slightly spiking here back to 2.08. So risk off mentality is still actually not favorable. Okay, so people are still actually risk on, which is interesting. As far as net shorts, they've actually decreased. Net long ratio is now 1.63. If you remember the last live stream we came through, we saw this was actually closer to 2 point something. So actually some traders are exiting net shorts, possibly have taken profits and things like that. This is actually what we want. We kind of want this to happen. The reason why the market hasn't fully sold off is for a couple of reasons. And I've been looking at this, really trying to scrutinize what the heck has been going on, because to me personally, it never made sense. But sometimes it never always makes sense immediately, okay? I've been noticing that obviously everybody has been in puts. So therefore, you know, the market's been having a tough time selling off, okay? Now, once everybody starts to exit those puts, that's when institutions will be benefited from a short position as they take them on themselves. So I'm under the impression that, you know, we may get another wave up and then finally a wave down. But as I said, once again, impossible to predict these things. Just me looking at the data behind it, you know, the open interest on these contracts makes me believe, like, you know, if I were to look at you know, the open interest here. And I'm gonna pull it up right now for you guys from our StockBot live so that you can see. This is some of the tools that you can use in our Discord community, by the way. We have a StockBot that kind of pulls up anything that you want here. You know, you could ask for the TA if you wanted for SPY, and it will give you the TA for it as well. You know, or you know, you could even ask for unusual flow, or you know, a whole bunch of different things. There's a whole list of commands that you can use from here. You can ask for the flow or whatever you want. So, looking at this here, okay, this week expiries were majority puts. So obviously we're going to buy up today, right? How are we going to possibly let these puts, you know, expire in the money? There's no way. And then next week we have more skew towards calls, but the open interest on those are not that crazy. This is for, I believe, Monday. Yeah, Monday. And then next week expiries on the 26th. We have once again a huge skew towards puts, even more than this week, but then the open interest is not that much. Okay. And then so on and so forth. So the thing is, even though neutrally, you know, it would naturally be a skew towards puts in general, but this is still very interesting to see. Now, if I pull up the open interest on VIX, you will see a similar thing going on. The thing is that majority of people are in VIX calls. Okay, they're in VIX calls for expiring sometime next Wednesday. And the skew on VIX calls are tremendous all the way till March 17th. Okay. March 17th is probably the time when we'll start fighting things out. And then we have a big skew for puts and so on and so forth. So we're going to be continuing to monitor this closely as we get into this next month. But what I do think that I want to take as a strategy next month is I want to start really taking only debit spreads and selling premium ideas. So selling premium strategy will be the cornerstone of my portfolio for next month. This month I took a little bit of risk because we had a little bit of profits, and that was fine. Portfolio is still doing pretty well. Our CCIV position is doing beautifully, carrying my entire portfolio pretty much at this point. And there's not much else to really, stab at. Okay, not really much to stab at. So in terms of the SPY, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones technical update, today will be the telling day to watch what happens. Do we sell off or do we continue higher? My bet is that we kind of just stay in this range the whole day. That's what I would say. It's going to be a choppy day. That's what I would think, because we have a huge open interest on puts today. Therefore, institutions will try to buy up as many shares as possible and buy up calls in lieu. On top of that, we have some shorts that already came out of the market. So that goes hand in hand with our analysis for retail trading. Okay. 39 of you guys here today. Thank you for coming into the live stream. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you smash the like button. That's the only thing that I ask for when you come on to these streams. Appreciate you taking your time out, hitting the like. And thumbs up, yeah. Subscribe if you haven't. This is what we do every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have Palantir up 7%. JMP on the S&P 500, Carnival CCL is up, and AAL. Travel stocks mostly up. Micron, Applied Materials, and then Riot is up 8-9% again. JD, PDD is up. That's nice. We have some PDD calls. We'll see if Chinese tech can continue this run. Yesterday, Chinese tech got murdered. That was what was really flowing out yesterday. If you look at what flowed out yesterday, it was actually really Chinese tech that got murdered. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. Chinese tech was the most read yesterday. Okay. So, let's go ahead and choose next week's ticker of the week. What do you guys want to do? I was thinking, let's look at something completely different this time. We've done a lot of tech. We've done majority of these. We've done some consumer cyclicals. We haven't done energy in a while. ExxonMobil was the last one we did. And energy might be a good sector to look at. Or we could go cyclical, consumer discretionary. Healthcare is also another one we could do. Or industrials. That could be another ticker of the week. Or also another thing that we could do is look at the ARK funds. How would you guys like me to do an entire week of just reviewing Cathie Wood's ARK funds? Like Monday we do one, Wednesday we do another one, Friday we do another one. Let me know what you guys think. Because I was looking at them and I find them to be pretty interesting. Obviously we won't like really calculate the intrinsic values or anything, but I would maybe take the time to explain what the logical reasoning behind her positioning is and kind of psychoanalyze all of the funds individually. That might be fun. You know, just kind of like do a deep dive into all her funds, look at why she's investing in what she's investing in. You know, kind of look at like her investment thesis, do a little bit of the artwork behind the ARK fund itself, right? What do you guys think of that? So there's altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And then there are 2 of these. We could do these 2. Maybe we could do these 2 on Monday, these 2 on Wednesday, and then this one on Friday. How about that? Okay, if you want me to cover the ARK funds next week, put your hands up in the air or throw a fire emoji or just throw any emoji to be honest in the chat. And let's see how many of you vote on that. There's 43 of you here, so better be all of you. And I like this because they have the same color scheme as EGA. If you realize, we use a lot of purple. Cathie be copying us, bro. No, I'm just kidding. But you realize, I've realized this very recently that she uses a lot of purple, and we do too. It's kind of interesting. Okay, I see a lot of yes. Cathie Wood's huge dip buyer in PLTR. Yeah, PLTR was one of them that I was going to talk about today, actually. I really like it at this price. And it's up at 27 bucks right now. I really like the stock at this price, to be honest. Irrationally sold off, and I think it's a good time to pick it up. Okay, ARK funds it is then. I guess I'm gonna have to do a couple of charts on the ARK funds. So we'll put out the analysis on them, like on the we usually do like this kind of a thing every week on Instagram. So I'm guessing I'll do the technical analysis for. Well, honestly, we don't really need to do a technical analysis, I think, this week. We're not going to do TA on ETF, to be honest. It's not a legit thing to do. But maybe I'll think of an innovative way to substitute the TA portion of this for something else. And we'll include all the 5 funds somehow into one infographic so that you guys have a more like a nice look at it. Okay, cool. That sounds fun. something different. You know what I mean? We take a break from stocks while they are kind of mellowing down, and we do the ARK fund. Maybe, you know, set us up for a good little thingamajig for the next time. Also, if the ARK fund comes down, you know, that gives us a better time to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at this thing on the 4-hour chart, it's been running like crazy, right? Because this is all innovation stocks, and majority of them. So like, if we get ever opportunity when this comes down, right? If a corrective wave comes down, then, you know, you're gonna be prepared there with the investment thesis, and you'll know what's the reason why she's investing in these things. That also gives me some time to look into her, how she started, what's her background. You know, that might be interesting things to cover for the live stream, right? So maybe I'll do that for next week. It'll make it a little different. You know, we'll have a little bit of an interactive session on the info that I can find on the ARK fund, the ARK funds. Sorry. Maybe we'll do. So we'll do maybe let's see, ARKK and ARKQ on Monday, and then we'll do ARKW and ARKG on Wednesday, and then ARKF on Friday. Sound good? I think that's good. I'll just go pull up the prospectus and pretty much digest everything for you guys, and kind of simplify it down for you guys so that you guys can understand the gibberish that's part of this thing. Because there's a lot of information here that, you know, it might be pretty overwhelming for some of you guys, you know, to read all of this stuff and break it down and understand it. But we can go through it together, and I can kind of tell you guys what to look out for when you're looking at these prospectuses, you know, the fine print, all the kind of things. I think it'll be a good experience for you guys to understand how to look at these ETFs in general. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. Okay, then settle. We'll do the ARK funds. Okay, let's see. Everbridge, Floor Decor, Arista Networks, Switch Inc., Saber Corp. Is this the same Saber from like the Office Saber? It can't be that, right? No, it's not. In Color Emotion Guide, purple means creativity, stimulation, wealth, compassion, respectful. I did not know that, and we actually have been using a lot of purple in our I don't know, like it just became a thing. Like, if you realize, EGA has always had purple in our design elements. Like it just has been always there. Like ever since before, you know, we go way back, and we've always been using purple in something or another. It's just always been a part of our color scheme, our color palette. And that's interesting. I find it very interesting. Have you guys ever taken a stroll down on memory lane on this Instagram account? You see the progression of how our infographics went from like 0 to hero. This is how we started, like on January 17, 2020. And it's what, a year now later. And we had no followers, and now we have almost 14,000, almost 15,000 now. You know, just it's a very humbling experience for me personally to come to this stage where, you know, we're almost hitting 15,000, and, you know, we have immense value that we're giving out. By the way, guys, make sure you go download the Secular Trends Report. It's free, and I pinned it into the chat if you you know, want to go have a look at it. Also, remember that sign-ups for the Everyday Growth Advisors Mentorship Program are now live. You can go sign up through our website. If you click on courses and click on beginners, you'll see it right here. You can enroll now. It's live. You know, just by you know, signing up and all that kind of stuff. So we hope to see you there for wave number 16, which is coming out soon. But if you scroll down on this page, you can access our report right here, and that will give you a great insight on the secular trends that we're looking at. Okay, let's do some ticker breakdowns. A lot of traits EGA provides. Thank you, man. Thanks, Peter. That's nice of you to say, man. Also, remember, guys, you know, make sure you take a second out of your day to smash the like button. There's almost 47 of you guys. If we can get to 47 likes, that would be awesome. Also, One thing that would really help me out is if you guys go comment on some of our videos, like the previous videos and stuff like that, on the YouTube channel. That would be really helpful. If you can, you know, I would appreciate it. If not, it's all good in the hood. But you know, just this one small, like couple of small things you can do to help me out with those would be really, really great. So I appreciate you guys very much. Okay. So let's see. Somebody was shouting out some breakdowns here that was required. FedEx earnings run up. We get this to the 1 hour. Yeah, this was on our demand zone for a while actually. It's starting to, yeah, it broke up, came down here, looking this support. That looks good. 280 call for 326. 280 up here for 326. Yeah, it looks decent. Yep. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Santosh, that's a pretty good play for the ER run up. But then the last time they got murdered for earnings, huh? But the thing is also, I feel like you're taking the trade a bit too early. I would wait a little bit. I would wait on FedEx. Don't just take it right away. Wait a little bit for the consolidation above this level at 260s. That's what I would do. Above 260s is where you want it to consolidate for the upside. That's my opinion. Okay. New ticker BP. That was a good one too, actually. Kathy got that touch. She buys everything in demand zone and they pop. Yeah, that's definitely true. Okay. I'm in PLTR. $40 calls for 319. Damn, $40. Wow, that's very ambitious for a month out. Maybe, I want to say. Excuse me. Whew. I mean, I want to say maybe. $40 might be a bit too far of a strike. That's all I'm going to say. I think you would be better off choosing something like, 35 at the dual zone right here. That's more than likely a better choice of a strike, in my opinion. Especially if you're going for a swing trade. Everybody who's taken the mentorship course, they know how I choose my strikes for swings. If you have an extreme between two ends, I typically don't pick the end over here because then you don't get any benefit of gamma acceleration. So this is one thing that you gotta consider when you're taking a swing trade like this one. Also, you don't have a confirmation on this just yet, so be careful. And my screen just decided to turn off. Okay. Hello. Where's my screen? Okay, we're back. We're back. AMD $95 calls for 416. That's a bit far, but you know what? I think, yeah, it's very possible. I like buying AMD here, by the way. Looks good. Looks good. AMD to the upside from here looks good. 95 also, yeah, okay. But that's, see what I'm saying again, like you guys, I see your logic behind picking these strikes. You're like, okay, the resistance is up here. I'm gonna go for that strike, right? Because it's 95. I see the logic, but you need to understand something. You're losing out on gamma. The gamma acceleration, if you hit, will be at peak here. Because then your strike's at the money. Remember that, when you're looking at option contracts, gamma is like a bell curve. Okay? This is how gamma accelerates and decelerates. This is at the money right here. And on the other hand, this is your delta. Go something like this. So as you're accelerating towards the money, at the money, which is your 95 strike, your gamma maximizes as you're approaching that strike. And then at the money, gamma is maximized. So you're basically telling me that if you do not hit this strike, then you don't benefit fully from gamma. You understand? That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay? So if somehow AMD doesn't hit 95, it just falls short at 93 or 92, you don't benefit from the full acceleration of gamma. That's what I'm saying. You benefit some from delta, and even so, at the money delta is 0.5, which means you don't even benefit from delta neither as much as you would. So all in all, when you pick an out the money strike that's at resistance, this is actually the worst kind of a contract that you can pick. I don't know if you guys understood what I just said, but just think about it logically for a second. Think about it logically for a second, and tell me if it makes sense. If you need me to explain it again, let me know and I will gladly do so. Okay, SPY 393 calls for March 3rd. Yeah, you good with those, man. March 3rd, 393, you're okay. I mean, it's pretty much going to be at the money soon. Thank you for the blessings. I appreciate that. SPY has a nice little demand zone right here. No more tickers? Come on, there's no way. There's no way. Coca-Cola. Do. Looks good. 53 for 319 a month out. Okay, I see the possibility. Pretty slow mover. Maybe you might want to consider a little further expiry though. Well, actually, never mind. You can still roll it out though. And then in like 2 weeks you can still roll it out. So you're still okay with that contract. So yeah, I say you're okay. What's this? ARC 160 calls. You guys asked me to already analyze the ARC fund. 160 calls for March 19th. That's gonna be a bit tight. Careful with the ARC fund, man. Careful with the ARC fund here. Like, you know, so if something's trending downward, don't try to like just catch it. You know, wait for that. Wait for the wave confirmations to the upside. Yeah, this is still, you know, impulsive corrective. What if there's another impulsive wave? You know, wait for this one to form the impulsive and the corrective, then you're in. Then take it to the upside. By the way, guys, how many of you are super excited for the technical analysis course that is going to launch in March? Just a show of hands. How many of you guys are looking forward to taking that one? CLOV. Ay. Yeah, this one's in a full-on like sell phase here. Well, the good news is $10 is as low as it'll probably go. So this is at capitulation phase already. Waiting for the TA course. Nice. I'm glad that you guys are. Sounds exciting. It is. Very exciting. Believe me, you'll be very interested to see what I'm going to be teaching. It's not going to be your traditional TA course. It's going to be a very, you know how EJ does it. We always do it differently. There's no way that I'm going to do what everybody else is doing. I'm going to do something that's going to be so much value that you will be like, what? I have to take this. right? Because that's what I believe in, delivering value. Delivering value to society. That's what EJ was built for. I like to work hard. It's a good feeling. Clove looks pretty bad here, not gonna lie. Looks like a broken kind of a trend. You need to wait for this one to bounce a little bit. Let's see. U 140 calls. Oh wait, I missed Neo. Neo $70 calls for March 26th. $70 calls from March 26th. I mean, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I like it, but I think that this has still a little ways down to go. I'm gonna keep it straight with you. Just the way I look at it, it broke below the support here, this major support, and I think it's on its way down to the 50th level. There's a possibility. Now, obviously, if it consolidates above this level here and then manages to bounce today, okay, put it this way: if Neo stays above the support today, this support, if it stays above the support, so if the market allows Neo to stay above this level today, then you may see that upside. But if Neo breaks down below this level again and closes below this support, then you're going to go for some pain into these levels right here, the 50 to 49s. That's what I would see on the technicals here, especially since you have the moving averages pointing downwards. There's lots of volume flowing out, right? That's the way I look at it. But I think if it stays above this level, then yeah, to the upside for sure. But $70 though, that might be your strike's a bit too far. I'm going to be really honest. I think that you should have picked a closer strike, something like 62, even 60. That would have been a good strike, in my honest opinion. Okay, next one. Unity Software. Unity. Who watches Rick and Morty here? Is this a company that assimilates everybody? 140 calls. 329. 140 calls for 329. Once again here, my problem with this is it's still on a downtrend. You don't have no confirmation that this is reversing. My issue is you're taking you're calling the bottom here. That's what you're doing. You're saying, okay, the bottom's here. But then from what I see, it's gap down and bearish trend. This could keep going further and further and further. You don't know how long this can keep going. It's at the key level dual zone right here. Yep, I see that. But then at the same time, you got to see what it does here. You got to wait for that two-wave confirmation to the upside. That's the way that I look at it. It's still rejecting the moving averages. What if it rejects again and again and again? You got to wait for it to break above like this and consolidate above these moving averages. Consolidation, and then your entry comes in here. This is the way you got to look at it. Okay. GDDY. Giddy up, cowboy. What is this? Oh, GoDaddy. Ah, okay. Nice. $100 calls from me. Why? Why the exuberant confidence in this? May I ask? I understand it. I understand that you think this is a demand zone here. I see it, but I still see volume flowing out. And like, is there a catalyst event that's coming up that I don't know about, or Are you just maybe saying like this is a possibility to reverse here? Is that what you're saying? For me personally, I don't see the bullish sign to go in for $100 call yet, which is all-time high at this point, right? Is that all-time high? Yeah, it's all-time high. I mean, looks good on the daily chart, but on the daily chart, this could go lower still. This could go lower. I would say hold off doing that, man. Hold off. Hold off for now till you get a confirmation. That's what I would do. You don't see no confirmation here. Let's see. Good morning. Thank you for all info you share. No problem. I'm in Amazon 3380 calls. I'm expiring today. It really depends on what the market does at this point. For your scenario, it depends on what the market does. If the market decides to go bullish today, then yeah, your calls will be good. If the market decides to go bearish today, then your calls are going to be dud. That's what I'm going to say. There's no way else to look at this. I do like this to the upside, but I think your expiry is too short, which is today. That's all I'm going to say. Should have given yourself a bit more time, bro. Run. Sun run. Might be a sold put candidate, this one. Let's look at the IVs actually. %90 IVs for the 19 March. Nah, not really. Not really a candidate for sold puts. You can get 10%. I mean, it's not. I guess it's not bad, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to play 10% on this one specifically. There's a cup and handle here too. 75 call 319. You know what? It might be okay. Like 75 calls is still okay because you're pretty close to it. I think you might be able to hit it. If there's a wave up, you'll hit it. I would say though, exit your calls to like 74. That's what I would do. That's my opinion about that. If it bounces here and moves to the upside, exit at 74. That's what I would do. Boyle, 31 calls. Oops. Oops. Natural gas ETF. Sheesh. Why? Oh my goodness. I mean, this is literally like what is this, a levered ETF? Pretty sure it is. Yep, 2 times. I don't know, man. I wouldn't touch this, but I mean I see the possibility for it to go there, but I just don't think it's worth it for you to try and call this as a thing to hold for a while, because your returns are not going to be very consistent. I mean, I see the possibility you're going to hold this for a short period of time, but not till April though. That's too long for a holding period for this. You want to hold this for a week, it's a different thing, Nicole, but not like for a couple months, in my opinion. Don't hold this for a long time, because remember one thing, it's a levered ETF. It seeks 2 times the returns. Look, you got to look things up before you buy them. Look at this, what it says. Due to the compounding of daily returns, holding periods of greater than 1 day can result in returns that are significantly different than the target returns. You need to understand this. because it's a levered ETF. Fire Eye, 23 calls for April 1st. If we can hold above the 200 EMA. Yep, that looks good. If it can hold above the 200 EMA, then yeah. Then yeah. And it actually, you need it to really break 22. Like consolidation above 22 would be key. Break, consolidate, wave up, entry like somewhere here. But this is a good stock to own long term, I believe. TCOM, trip.com, 34 puts for 319. Yep, sure. Yep, I mean, I would. Why not? You might need to hold it for a while, but yeah, I think it might make a move down, this one. It's been bought up pretty irrationally. From a technical standpoint, looks like it. I see the volume flowing out. Wait for the break below 36 to add more, I guess. QCOM, 150 for leaps. QCOM, 150 for leaps. Yeah, that looks okay. I don't even really need to analyze it because it's a leap, but I think it's a good addition for a long-term portfolio. Yep, sure. TLT, okay. 155s. Let's have a look at this one. This one broke below our channel and broke below our support zone, and now is in no man's land, which means that this is either the area where it bounces or 139. $155 calls. Okay. TLT 155 for me. Yeah, I think you should hold the TLTs, man. If I were you, I would. It's a good hedge against your portfolio anyway. RKT, 22 calls to 26. RKT. Zam. This one I don't really like. Chart looks all over the place. Could literally go either way. Like, this is one of those things like you just wake up in the morning, you grab a coin, and you just flip it and decide which way it's going to go. And then it's a finance company on top of that. Sheesh. I don't like this one, but I mean, if you want to play it, no one's going to stop you. $22 call seems decent, but your your expiry for next week is too soon in my opinion. I would give myself more time with it. What do you think about SPAK, please? What's SPAK? You mean SPAC or SPAK? What is? Defines next shot spot. Do you mean like a? You mean this? MSTR MicroStrategy. What the heck is that? Wow. What is this company? Never heard of it. Literally never heard of this company before. They're apparently buying a lot of Bitcoin. I don't know about that, man. $1,100 calls for 19 March. I mean, it's in a bearish trend and it's trying to go down to cover this gap. So I would wait to see what happens. That's what I would say. But definitely up to you. I got a PLTR $27 call 319 a while ago. Still believe fundamental, but it's selling off due to lockup period now. Should I cut loss? No, do not. You should hold that contract if I were you. I think it's gonna, you know, it's already at $27 right now, pre-market. I mean, obviously you would have lost like a little bit of theta, so you should hold it. This is exactly the moment you've been waiting for. Like, you're literally gonna sell it when it's about to moon. That's what I would hold it generally. Like, honestly speaking, I would hold that contract. So if you want, you could just sell it to me if you want. You know, I'll buy it for 50% off. How about that? AAL, $19 calls, 319. $19 calls. This one looks okay, like consolidating to the upside, but the thing that that concerns me is the lack of volume. And then you have that big volume buy, big volume sell. Actually, hold on, it might not be a big volume sell. Oh yeah, it was a big volume buy and big volume sell. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, man. Sometimes this one can be a pump and dump. Just be careful. I guess wait for it to pump and then sell it. That's what I would do. Kathy Woods keeps buying PLTR, another 5.2 million shares. Yep. She buys PLTR because it's a long-term play. Remember one thing about Kathy, guys. She's not playing stocks for like a 1 month horizon or a 3 months horizon. Kathy is playing stocks for like a 5-year, 10-year horizon. That's her game. Like, the ARK fund doesn't do things for like a short term. It does things for a long time. So yeah, keep that in mind. NEE, I like the stock. $90 calls for 618. Yep, I would hold that for sure. $90 calls looks good. Solid uptrend. Stock is trading above intrinsic value, but who cares? I think I would keep that $90 call. This one actually has the ability to break all-time high after the stock split and whatnot. Okay, that was the last one right there. Thank you for your tickers today to break down. Appreciate it. I'm going to jump on the live trading session with the team right now. If you want to be a part of a live trading session and you want to be able to communicate with me through Zoom during market hours, you can always join our Discord community, which is our exclusive Discord community. If you want to know how to do that, simply go to our website, loancompoundgrow.com, or you can go to my Instagram, click on all links, and click on EJ Discord to be brought to the page where you can check out where you can what we offer and join our community. If you are looking for that kind of guidance every morning, and also you want to watch me grow this $10,000 portfolio together, then yeah, join the community and you will be kind of pretty much taught in real time how to manage your portfolio and also do all the rest of the tools that are required for market hours. But yeah, apart from that, thank you very much for attending, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Next week we'll cover the ARK funds, and that should be the plan. So make sure you don't overcommit to anything today. As I told you, more than likely going to be a chop day from my perspective, but we'll see. So take care and have a great weekend. Love you all. Thank you for supporting me and coming here and throwing your likes. And don't forget, on your way out, just hit the button one more time. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you. Have a good one, guys, and take care. Bye-bye.